Today, we're delving into a topic that can feel like this mysterious, maybe even intimidating force for a lot of creators and businesses. I'm talking about the YouTube algorithm. So forget the myths you might have heard. Our mission today is really to demystify it, get under the hood, understand how it genuinely operates, and ultimately show you how you can actually align with it.
Okay.
Turn it into a powerful business ally instead of something you're constantly fighting against.
Exactly. And we're pulling our insights today directly from a fantastic resource. It's titled Mastering the YouTube Algorithm, Your Business Partner. So this isn't just theory we're kicking around. It's packed with practical, really actionable knowledge, stuff designed to give you a real edge.
Okay, so let's jump right in by tackling a pretty common misconception, like right out of the gate. The idea that there's just one YouTube algorithm. When people say the algorithm, it's usually a massive oversimplification.
Oh, absolutely right. The reality is, well, it's far more nuanced than that. You're actually dealing with multiple algorithms. Each one is kind of optimized for different contexts across the platform. So for instance, you've got the homepage algorithm. That's what curates what you see the moment you log in, right? Then there's the suggested videos algorithm. That's constantly feeding that up next sidebar. You've also got a distinct search algorithm. And increasingly important, the shorts algorithm, which operates on its own unique metrics. Even your subscription feed and, the trending tab, they have specialized machine learning models guiding what shows up there.
Wow, okay, so it's like a whole team of algorithms working different angles.
Uh,
But with all these specialized units, these complex models, there must be some kind of unifying goal, right? What's the North Star driving all of them, as our source puts it?
Yeah, there is. Ultimately, their shared goal boils down to maximizing viewer satisfaction. And YouTube primarily measures that by how long users stay on the platform. It's kind of subtle, but really critical. It's not just about a single video's watch time in isolation. Our source really highlights this. YouTube prioritizes session time above almost everything else. So what that means is if your video, maybe even a shorter one, reliably leads viewers to watch more videos on YouTube afterwards, whether they're your videos or someone else's, that's often seen as more valuable to the algorithm than, say, a super long video that's just a dead end for viewing. Basically, every algorithm is designed to serve the most engaging content to the right users, making sure they stick around and keep consuming.
That is a fascinating distinction. Session time over just individual watch time, it really shifts the perspective, doesn't it? From just racking up views on one video to thinking about keeping people engaged within the whole YouTube ecosystem. So, okay, the algorithm isn't like your buddy or your enemy. It's simply self-interested. It just wants to keep eyes on the platform. And it really doesn't care how talented you are or, how much blood, sweat, and tears you pour in,
Right.
unless viewers actually respond to it.
Exactly. It's a feedback machine, pure and simple.
Right. So, given this kind of self-interest of the algorithm, how do creators avoid just feeling like they're chasing numbers all the time? Are there specific metrics we should really prioritize? Or maybe some common pitfalls to look out for?
Well, it really boils down to a few critical metrics and kind of understanding their hierarchy. For anyone serious about YouTube, these should sound familiar, but it's worth a quick refresher on how YouTube seems to weight them. First up, click-through rate, CTR. This basically measures if your thumbnail and title are doing their job grabbing attention when YouTube shows them an impression. Are people actually clicking?
Okay, step one, get the click.
Exactly. Then there's average view duration, AVD. So once they click, how much of your specific video are they actually watching? Closely related is watch time, WT, which is just the total accumulated time viewers spend watching that video. Pretty straightforward. But like we just discussed, the kind of paramount metric seems to be session time. Are viewers sticking around after your video to watch more YouTube content? Could be another one of your videos, which is great, or even content from other channels. That signals your video is keeping people on YouTube.
Okay, so the message is loud and clear. The algorithm rewards whatever keeps people watching and, crucially, keeps them engaged on the platform. But if it's so self-interested, how do you actually teach the algorithm who your content is for? How does it know who the right audience is?
Yeah, that's a great question. The YouTube algorithm is constantly learning, and it's remarkably efficient at it. It basically figures out who a video is for by analyzing those initial click patterns and, importantly, the retention behavior. So, for example, let's say you release a video. If people who are genuinely interested in, say, personal finance click on it, and they watch for, 6 minutes or more, YouTube quickly learns, okay, this content resonates with the personal finance crowd. So what does it do? It shows your video to more people interested in personal finance. But conversely, if maybe a broader, less relevant audience clicks, but then they bail out really quickly, your content kind of gets buried. It's all about finding that core engaged audience first, because that audience sends the strongest signals.
That makes perfect sense. So it's not just about getting any eyeballs, it's about getting the right eyeballs,
Yeah.
especially early on. And to do that, you need to send these incredibly consistent, what did the source call them, intent signals through all the different elements of your content.
Exactly.
So your title and thumbnail combo have to be perfectly aligned, like a tiny effective billboard. Your video description and tags, they play a role too. And even the words you actually say in the first 30 seconds. Because, yeah, AI transcribes that stuff and uses it for context.
It does, yeah.
And then, of course, how well you hold attention throughout the entire video. All these little signals are data points, basically teaching the algorithm about your content's ideal viewer.
Precisely. They all feed the machine.
Okay, let's dig into what our source calls the viral feedback loop. This sounds absolutely crucial if you want content to really take off.
Yes. This loop is essentially a series of strategic choices that build on each other and compound. It starts with a strong hook, like right in the first 10 seconds. You absolutely need to make the viewer think, okay, I need to keep watching this right now.
Grab them immediately.
Immediately. After that, you need a clear setup. Tell them what's coming, maybe build a little suspense, but crucially, don't just dump all your value right at the beginning. Keep them wanting more. Then comes the high retention structure. This is about the moment-to-moment experience. Like every 10 to 20 seconds, you need to give the viewer a compelling reason to stay. This could be through intrigue, maybe opening a curiosity gap, a visual change on screen, a pattern interrupt, or just a really compelling story arc,
Keep re-engaging them constantly.
Constantly. And YouTube also pays close attention to calls to engagement. It notices when people like, comment, share, or save your video. Those are signals. But, and this is a key insight that often gets missed, it's even more important when they click to watch another video of yours. That's a huge signal.
Okay. So that clarifies a really crucial point. The ultimate goal isn't just maximizing watch time on one video, but using that video as a gateway to more viewing, ideally within your own channel, and keeping people on YouTube overall.
Precisely. And that leads directly to the final component. You absolutely must end with the next step. Always, always lead your viewer to another relevant video, preferably yours, creating what our source calls that binge loop. What's really insightful here is how these actions, which might seem small on their own, actually compound. They consistently tell the algorithm your content isn't just good, it's incredibly sticky, people can't get enough.
Okay, that framework hook, setup, retention, engagement, next step. That's gold. Now let's maybe move beyond those foundational ideas into some more advanced strategies, things that could really help you align with the algorithm, turn it into that partner we were talking about. Think of these as advanced tactics for algorithm alignment.
Yeah, let's get into the playbook, so to speak. First, and this is really critical for long-term channel health, create clusters of videos around one central theme. So instead of just uploading totally unrelated standalone pieces, really aim to create bingeable series or cover interconnected topics. Why? Because the more session time your channel drives from these connected videos, the more YouTube tends to promote your channel as a whole. It sees you as a destination.
Build a world, not just isolated islands.
Exactly. Second tactic, use consistent phrasing in your titles if you find a pattern that works. So for example, if a video like how we made $10 with no experience really takes off for you, maybe follow up with something similar, like how we made $10 in 7 days doing this. YouTube is good at identifying these successful title patterns and tends to promote videos that fit the mold.
That's clever. Leveraging the algorithm's own pattern recognition, is there like a risk with that? Maybe pigeonholing yourself too much? Or does the clarity for the algorithm usually outweigh that?
That's a fair question. Generally, especially when you're growing, the benefit of giving the algorithm that clarity often outweighs the risk of pigeonholing. It just helps it understand your niche so much faster.
Okay. Makes sense. What else?
Third, and this is something people often neglect, A/B test your thumbnails, seriously. For new videos, try uploading multiple thumbnails. Maybe switch them out every 24 to 48 hours. Then look at the data, lock in the one that achieves the higher click-through rate. Small changes can make a big difference here.
Data-driven thumbnails. Love it.
Fourth, leverage trend alignment or maybe trend hijacking, depending on how you approach it. Basically, piggyback on relevant news or viral content within your niche. But, and this is key, Always give your video a unique insight or twist. Don't just be a copycat. Add value. And finally, number 5. Actively tap into suggested traffic. How? Make your video clearly related to a currently viral video in your niche. Use similar keywords. Maybe mirror the title format slightly. Make your thumbnail visually consistent or somehow related. This dramatically increases your chances of landing in that really valuable up next sidebar next to that popular video.
Those are some really actionable advanced plays there. But, while all this optimization, this strategic thinking is clearly crucial, there's still a vital part that the algorithm just can't do for you, right? It can't generate the actual spark, the soul of the content itself.
That is spot on. Absolutely critical point. You could have the most algorithmically optimized channel in the world, but it won't grow sustainably if the content itself isn't compelling at its core. You have to supply the originality. You have to bring a unique tone or voice. Your content fundamentally needs to either solve a specific problem for someone or hit a strong emotion, inspiration, maybe rage, awe, laughter, something resonant. The algorithm is this magnificent tool for surfacing what people respond to, but it can't make people care in the first place. That ultimately is your job as the creator. It's that symbiosis, between the data-driven strategy and the raw human creativity.
Yeah, it's like having the world's best delivery truck, but you still need something amazing to put inside it.
Perfect analogy.
Okay, so we've covered all these fantastic strategies for aligning with the algorithm, making it your partner. But the inevitable question always pops up. What happens if the algorithm changes? Because let's be real, it does. Constantly.
That's exactly why building, let's call them algorithm resilient systems, is just essential for long-term success. You simply cannot put all your eggs in the YouTube algorithm basket. You absolutely need to diversify your distribution channels. Reduce that dependency on its whims. What does that look like? Well, things building an email list of your subscribers, that's your direct line. Fostering real community engagement on platforms like Discord or Patreon or maybe Telegram. Pursuing strategic partnerships and collaborations with others, and of course, strategically repurposing your core content for other platforms, Instagram Reels, Shorts, if you're not already focused there, TikTok, wherever your audience might be. These systems create buffers. They reduce your single point of failure and make sure you always have ways to reach your audience no matter what YouTube decides to tweak next month or next year.
That's such crucial advice. Diversify, build community, own your audience relationship where you can. Wow, this has been an incredibly insightful deep dive. It feels like it really boils down to this. Long-term YouTube success isn't really about trying to outsmart the algorithm. It's more about out-consistencying it, maybe. And that consistency applies in several ways.
Exactly. You don't necessarily need like a lucky break or to constantly chase the latest fad. What you do need are strategic titles, magnetic thumbnails, and engaging content structure that genuinely keeps people watching. And maybe above all, a truly viewer-centric mindset in everything you create.
Yeah. And the core takeaway weaving through all of this seems to be you need to actively teach the algorithm who your content is for. Send it those clear signals we talked about, and then consistently give it more of what demonstrably works based on your data.
Because once you do that, once you consistently provide the algorithm with the data it needs to really understand your content and your audience, the YouTube algorithm starts to transform. It stops feeling like this mysterious, arbitrary gatekeeper.
Yeah.
And it actually becomes your most loyal employee, working 24/7, tirelessly trying to find you the right viewers and keep them engaged with your stuff. It's a really powerful shift in perspective when you start to see it that way.
It really is, from adversary to ally or even employee. So as you, our listener, reflect on this deep dive, maybe think about what specific element from today you might implement first, or just how does this new perspective maybe change how you view your own content creation, or even just the content you consume every day on YouTube? Food for thought.